This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When send past the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks find a way to scrape out game 1 of their matchup versus the Indiana Pacers. And I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, that was a tough game. I mean, the Knicks scored 121 points. I'm not going to say that they beat the Pacers at their own game. They didn't, but they found a way to win. They figured it out somehow in this basketball game. The Knicks didn't play well at all. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is so much. There's a lot that the Knicks have got to work on and fix for game 2. So for the Knicks to pull out this game and still have so much to work on for game 2, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, you know, if the Knicks can, that's good. It's actually a good thing because there's a lot that the Knicks have got to improve on to win game 2. A lot they got to improve on defensively, right? I mean, so much defensively that this is a tough team to stop. It's a tough team to put the clamps on. There's no doubt about it because of the way that they move the basketball, right? The way that they move the basketball makes it tough. Open shooters all over the place. All over the place. And they got guys that can put the basketball in the hoop all over the place. So it definitely makes it tough. The Knicks have a lot of adjustments they've got to make. But they get the win. We're going to talk about those adjustments. No doubt about it. We're going to get into some of that. And I'll probably break it down a little bit further tomorrow with some video because there's just a lot that I saw and a lot that I have to say about it, about the adjustments the Knicks got to make in order to continue to win in this series. But I'm just proud that they pulled this one out because, you know, it was scary for a while. But Steph did put in our group chat. She said the Knicks are going to win this. But they've got to make they got some work to do. And they got some work to do. The Knicks came out, listen, the Knicks came out playing good basketball, moving the basketball. Took an 8-point lead. But eventually the Pacers' speed, pace, transition game started to creep in and take over. And in the second quarter, the Knicks cannot handle the Pacers bench. All right, the Pacers bench came in and they were killing us from the beginning of the game. Right? I mean, at some point it was like 48-3 or something wild like that. But I was thinking in my head, I was like, well, you know what? I'm not in this game because of the Pacers. The Pacers had the #1 bench scoring team in the league all season long. So I'm not expecting our bench to outscore their bench. It's going to be about the lineups and how the lineups work together. It's really going to be about that right now. Can our bench players give our starters enough breathing room so that they can get a little bit of a break? And then, starters come back and the lineups are mixed. Boom, 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 boom. It's going to be about the lineups to me. Because the Pacers have a lot of bodies that they can throw out there on the floor. The Knicks don't. So the lineups that are out there on the floor have to work in this series. Listen, Josh Hart, Iron Man. I don't know how many minutes he played tonight. 48 minutes tonight. 48 minutes for Josh Hart tonight. You know what I mean? 48 minutes. It's a lot of minutes for Josh Hart. But he still kept, it don't matter. He kept coming. He kept coming with it. That's who Josh Hart is. That's what Josh Hart does. Right? He kept coming. He doesn't stop. You know what I mean? That's how he plays. Hero of the game for me. Just because, during, times throughout, obviously Jalen Brunson did what he did, but times tonight, it looked like the Knicks would be out of it and Josh Hart would come up with a big play, a big rebound. Almost a triple-double for Josh Hart tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Big play. 24 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists for Josh Hart. He shot 69% from the field. He shot 62.5% from the three-point line. No, I'm sorry, that's from the free throw line. He was 1 for 1 from the three-point line. Big plays abound for the Knicks, but I'm still gonna say they've got to do better. We're gonna talk about it. Let me get to the caller on the line. Then I'm gonna get my man Tony in the chat. All right, so we can talk and break this one down because there's a lot to talk about. Caller, you're live. Name me where you're from.
Hello, this is Bob from Vermont. Remember me?
What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling?
Good. The Knicks won. I'm so happy because I think the Knicks are going to the finals. I'm telling you right now. Because the last time they won, I was only 5 years old. 1973. I was 5 years old.
You don't have to tell everybody that. You
you
don't got to date yourself out there like that. You don't got to give me.
Well, I'd like to tell everybody. Though.
Okay.
I just think the Knicks are going to win.
I hope so.
And then, do you ever see the show Power?
Yes. Where we going?
Do you see the guy in the front row? They show the picture. He was he played Kanan. Remember him?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
what's that? What's the actor's name?
50. You talking about 50 Cent? 50 Cent.
Oh, that's 50 Cent.
That's
okay.
50 Cent, bro. That's 50.
He was there.
Yeah, he was there. Then, he's a Knicks fan, too.
What?
I said he's a Knicks fan, too.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait till Wednesday. When, what's that little guy's name with the glasses?
Spike Lee?
Yeah.
Spike
and
then
Reggie Miller will be there.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
And then I liked. Did you think Brunson got near the end? He got hit hard. They should have gave him a foul. That was what's that called? Kind of foul?
On the floor, or you're talking about a flagrant. Yeah. Maybe he could have got a flagrant.
That's the word, flagrant. Yeah, I thought they should have done that. And then I do like you said, Hart was great tonight. He played a long time.
Yeah.
Hart
did
Wednesday's game. It's gonna be.
Hart
Everybody's gonna throw stuff at Reggie Miller. Oh, I can't stand him.
Well, yeah, listen, you knew Reggie Miller was gonna be. You knew Reggie Miller was gonna be in this. They were gonna have to talk to Reggie Miller. There's no doubt about that.
That's why. I can't stand him. I hope he gets thrown stuff at him. Throw some hot dogs on him or something like that. But is that your friend over there with the glasses?
That's my homeboy.
Hi, sir. What's your name?
I'm Tony Crow from Knicks and Bruises.
Nice to see you, guy. Is he from New York?
Yes, sir.
Say that again?
Yes, sir, he is. From the BX.
What part of New York is he from?
From the Bronx.
I'm from...
I was born in the Bronx. I lived on 233rd Street.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, you guys are awesome. I can't wait till Wednesday and then call in again to talk about our next winning.
All right, Bobby.
I
Appreciate it.
5.
All right. Well, there's a lot the Knicks got to do, but we'll get. Hey, I appreciate the call, bro. Have a good one. Tony, what's good with you, brother? How you feeling, man?
Oh man, every game, man. They just got to get my blood pressure going. You know what I mean? I can't relax during the game. And
I feel you.
I'm happy we got the win, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy we got the win.
Definitely
and it's
happy we
gonna
got
be
the win.
a good series.
It's gonna
That's
be
what it
it's
looks
gonna
like.
be a hell of a series. You know what I mean? Because the Pacers not with the with the speed that they play with, their ability to score. You know, they're always gonna be kind of in the game. You know what I'm saying? They're always gonna be a threat to be in the game. You know, even if you're up 10, you're up 15, they can score the ball so quickly, right? They're always a threat. You can't make mistakes against this team because they're going to capitalize on those mistakes. You've got to be on point against the Pacers. And you see they're pressuring. They didn't just say, we're going to try to shut down Brunson. They said, we're going to pressure the entire game. We're going to see if you have the mental stamina to inbound the basketball against our pressure without turning the ball over. You know what I mean? And it worked sometimes. The Knicks had trouble getting the ball up the floor, right? And it's one of the way, we talk about their lack of defense. But if they can force you, if they can pressure you and force you into making mistakes, even if their defense isn't locked down, if they can force you into making mistakes, they get the ball back and they can score. You know what I'm saying? So with the way that they play, you don't necessarily got to have this lockdown defense because they're just forcing you into mistakes, forcing you to take shots that maybe you don't want to take so they can get out and run, forcing you to make bad passes. And the turnovers that you begin to create against them are not turnovers that are going to keep the pace slow. They're turnovers that benefits their style of play, right? Because they're catching the ball out the air, right? They're turning you over near half court, or they're turning you over in the back court, things like that. You know what I mean? So the Knicks, they're going to have to be mentally sharp against this basketball team, right? Because, they're bringing a lot of, they're bringing things that's going to make you have to think and got to make decisions on the fly. So they got to be mentally sharp. And there were a lot of times tonight when the Knicks weren't that sharp mentally. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. But, heroes abound still. Jalen Brunson led the way, of course. 43 points for Jalen Brunson. He was solid, super duper solid at the free throw line, 14 for 14. Thank goodness. He shot 53.8% from the field. He was just 1 for 4 from the three-point line for 25%. Has 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He is Captain Clutch, ladies and gentlemen. There's no doubt about it. The guy is just clutch. He's going to hit shots. He's going to keep you in the basketball game. He's an MVP caliber player, one of the top 2 guards in the league, hands down. I don't care what nobody says. Argue with me what you want. There's one guy that you can say could be better than him, and that's SGA. Other than that, I can't think of anybody else that you're going to sit and say is better than Jalen Brunson in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he's doing this with all kinds of defenses thrown at him, and he's still giving you 40-plus points per game in the playoffs. Come on now.
4 in a row.
You know what I mean? Come on. Who's stopping him? Nobody. 24 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists for Josh Hart. Isaiah Hartenstein, 13.6 rebounds, 4 assists. OG Anunoby, 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. 2 steals for OG. DiVincenzo had 25 points, 3 rebounds, 55% from the three-point line. He was 10 for 17 from the field overall. So good contributions around the board for the Knicks. Even Mitchell Robinson, who only played 11 minutes and 47 seconds, came in to play some really good defense down the stretch. When the Knicks needed the defense the most, and Mitchell Robinson came in the game, he provided that defense. What can you say? For the Indiana Pacers, they were led in scoring by Miles Turner. 23 points, only 2 rebounds for Miles Turner, 3 assists. Pascal Siakam had 19.6 rebounds, 5 assists. Aaron Naismith had 12.6 rebounds, 1 monster dunk over Mitchell Robinson. That was nasty, I'll tell you that, because I seen him go to the basket, but I didn't think he was in position to dunk it the way that he did. TJ McConnell had 18 points. Somebody on your show the other day said, watch out for, he said TJ McConnell was going to do such and such and such to Dante DiVincenzo. You know, we laughed at him, but T.J. McConnell came out and put in work tonight with 18 points. Obi
Shout out to that Pacer fan.
Yeah, no doubt. Obi Toppin had 12 points. Hart had 11 points. Did have a hard foul on Brunson at the end there, but the Knicks figured it out, man. Caller, you're live. Name me where you're from, please.
Yeah, how you doing? This is Lloyd from the Bronx.
What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling?
I'm good. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good that we pulled this out, man.
Yeah. Good game. I'm satisfied with the win, but at the same time, I still felt like our performance. I still felt like we played at Indiana's pace. You know what I mean? So if you look at it, Miles Turner. My concern is my concern is Miles Turner, because if you look at it, he can really stretch out the bigs, like get the centers out there, like get Mitch out there. Mitch can't play on the floor when Miles is on the floor, unfortunately.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he can't guard the perimeter like that. Because if you see how Indiana was playing, they was playing way too fast for Mitch. You know what I mean? We got Halliburton out his game. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at it, T.J. McConnell was a very, very important factor for that team in this game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think we need to do better in terms of like taking care of the ball. We had an amazing game from the Nova Knicks. You know what I mean? We just got to pretty much take care of the ball, and we just got to not play at their pace. We got to play a lot slower. We can't play fast, because if they play fast, we're gonna play at their pace, and they probably might get an edge on us. So if we play a little bit much slower, I think we will pretty much be okay for game 2.
Okay. Playing a little bit slower. I think
play a little bit slower, and then we got to do something about Miles Turner. Miles Turner, especially when he's on guarding those, when he's making those threes. I think it's a little bit of a problem. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a problem for our bigs.
Right.
Because especially for Mitch, because now Mitch got to go out there, and that's a little. And you wouldn't want Mitch being out there in the perimeter.
Right. I think in order to do something with Miles Turner, the Knicks got to figure out the pick and roll.
Right.
That was the issue, the pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Miles Turner was just catching the ball and jab stepping and shooting. It was the pick and roll between him and Halliburton.
Right. And then at the same time, T.J. McConnell, I expected that from McConnell. He was going to be a pest. I expected him to be a pest, you know what I mean? Because pretty much that's how he is. But him going to the paint like that, for them 18 points, I think we got to do something about that.
No doubt about it. We got to we got to do something about that. We can't have T.J. McConnell killing us.
We can't have T.J. McConnell killing us before Halliburton. That's how we gotta figure out it. We gotta do something on game 2 with that game plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
got. Other than that, I'll take the win. You know what I mean? We just gotta play a little bit better at a very pace in game 2.
And you know what's crazy is when you look at the overall stats, it's not gonna look like the Knicks didn't play well.
Right.
But in my view, they didn't really play well, especially defensively.
Right.
And then mental mistakes.
Offense, they were great on offense. I said it before, I said Dante's going to have a very good game, because if you look at, compared to Philly, this is his pace. Like, he loves to run and gun. So I expect him to pretty much have a very excellent series, you know what I'm saying, again, in Indiana, because, he's going to get those open looks, you know what I'm saying? He's going to, get those touches, especially when Brunson's being double teamed. And Brunson, I expect him to get a very good. Well, he's always going to have a good. He's always going to have good games. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about him. You know what I mean? I just wish that, if anything, he can just get everybody else involved, instead of, like, sometimes in some spurts, that ISO ball is a little bit too predictable for the defense. You know what I mean? So if we can just get, pretty much like OG open a little bit, you could get, he did a good job finding Dante. You know what I mean? If he can get, especially OG open, because, OG is out 3D. OG is like one of the best 3D players in the league. So if he can just, like, kind of blossom his 3D game, by giving him open looks, I
Right.
think it will be very, very beneficial to the to the Knicks.
Yeah. The thing is, part of the Knicks slowing the pace down is maybe sometimes playing a little bit more one on one, right? Because that
Right.
does slow the pace. But I dig what you're saying. Finding ways to find OG open because he's gonna knock it down tonight. He was what was he tonight? At 13 points. Shot decently from the 3-point line tonight.
Right.
Hit a couple of big ones. Let me see.
Right.
OG tonight
And he made
was
key
3 for
pivotal.
7.
He made key pivotal steals. He
Pivotal
made those
steals.
key pivotal steals at the end.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That pretty much got us. So, he played great on both ends of the floor. You know what I mean? It's just, but other than that, I think that very satisfying win. We just got to just just let the pace come into our favor, and just pretty much do something with Miles Turner and TJ. I mean, I think we'll be fine for the series.
Yeah. Okay. No doubt about it. Hey, I appreciate the call, man.
Appreciate you. Thanks a
All
lot.
right,
man.
peace. Yeah. A couple of things that he said there. One, he was talking about Miles Turner. Miles Turner's production really came off of the screen and roll, right? We were talking about that in the group chat. Tony, what do we do? How do we shut down this screen and roll or limit this screen and roll? What do we got to do?
I think early they started with the pick and pop with Turner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then they switched it up. So really it's just gonna be about figuring out which one they're gonna run with at what time. You know what I mean? Like it's a good option on their part that they can go either way.
Yeah.
But they kind of divided it. You know what I mean? The first early in the game they was doing pick and pop. Late in the game it was pick and roll. Both was effective, but I think we'll be all right long term.
Yeah, I think what they do really is kind of whatever the defense is giving you is what they take, and so I think the Knicks in the beginning were laying back in the paint some,
Fair.
and so now Miles Turner's open from that 3-point line, Then later on they try to we got to try to jam this up a little bit, not let him get open threes, and then now he's posting up in the paint, right? And then.
Fair.
And then there's either posting up in the paint or catching a roll in the paint. And then there's the secondary cut from the pick and roll, right? So, boom, he sets a screen for Halliburton. Halliburton comes off the screen. He rolls to the basket. Nothing is there. Now he kind of hangs out by the box a little bit, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, he flashes. And Halliburton, has the ball. Boom, boom, boom. Handling the ball, looking to see who's open. Then all of a sudden, Miles Turner flashes when the defense falls asleep as they're looking to see what Miles Turner is going to do and looking for other cutters, right? So we gotta take care of the initial roll, and then we also got to take care of the secondary flash after the roll. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times he's being found on a secondary flash, and that's how it looks like he's wide open in the paint sometimes. Right, because the Knicks get confused at who's supposed to take him now because Isaiah Hartenstein got caught out maybe on Halliburton or another guard. Now, who's supposed to be helping, right? I think what the Knicks got to do is from the beginning, send help on that roll from the beginning. Make Halliburton have to throw a cross-court pass, not just find whoever it is rolling to the basket, mostly Miles Turner. Make him have to make a cross-court pass. And, that means you're leaving a shooter open on the other side of the floor because you're helping out on the roll, right? But the hope is that if he makes that cross-court pass, your rotation is fast enough to get there to cover that shooter.
And if you're doing that, whoever the out center is, whether it's Robinson or Hartenstein, you're saying they're part of the blitz to Halliburton. So the rotation, the first rotation is protecting the big, right?
Protecting the big, right? Protecting the big. So if they end up switching and Mitch or Isaiah Hartenstein is on Halliburton, Now, OG, Josh Hart, whoever, they got to come in. They got to squeeze in so that roll doesn't get to, so that the pass doesn't get to Miles Turner. Now, when they squeeze in, that means somebody's maybe open in the corner. Maybe someone's open on the wing. Right? And now Halliburton's got to make a cross-court pass, and then your rotation's got to be to get back out.
See, me personally, I feel like I rather make Miles Turner have a great night. You know what I mean? Go crazy. I'd rather bet against Miles Turner, even though he has the option. Now, granted, he can have a game where he kills us like tonight, kind of. He killed us both ways inside. You know what I mean? In the paint and on a perimeter. But I'd rather live with that than kind of opening it up, especially with Halliburton. Halliburton he didn't play good offensively as far as scoring, but he had mad assists, at least in the first half.
He had 8.
Like he almost
assists
had
tonight.
Oh, he had to have like 6 in the first half. You know what I mean? Like he was killing.
He ended up with 8 assists tonight. But I think, that screen and roll, I think that roll, when they took the lead, that screen, that pick and roll, that pick and pop was killing us. And Miles Turner, Brunson was getting caught on Miles Turner. DiVincenzo getting caught on Miles Turner. You know what I mean? I think we got to take that away. We got to figure out how to take that away and not let the ball. I think we got to, because they score so many points in the paint. You know what I mean? If we can take it away and make them have to, I know they got guys that can shoot, but make them have to pass the ball. They scored 64 points in the paint tonight. Make them have to pass the ball outside and see if we can rotate to it.
Aren't they like tops in the league in points in the paint?
Mm-hmm.
So
one of the top teams.
Like, I don't know if we could actually take that away. You know what I mean?
I think if we're playing in the paint, they shot 38.5% from 3. They're a smart team. So even when you're closing out, Miles Turner is still going to flash. But now you're making them have to make extra passes.
They tough, man.
They're tough. But I think if we can deal with that, everything starts from the screen and roll from them. Right?
That's true.
It starts. It's similar to us. They find ways to get guys open. Then they got a screen coming, and then they're finding that roller to the basket. Of course, they got shooters on the outside. So it makes you afraid to leave the shooters to help. But I think when you got and they run the screen and roll right from the top of the key. So now, shooters are and you got shooters on either side of the ball, and people are afraid to leave the shooters.
Let me ask you this. Do you think it's easier for us to play their style and push the pace, or for us to get them into a half-court game?
We're not going to get them into a half-court game.
And that's my point. I feel like we could run with them.
But but when they are in a half-court game,
it's about taking advantage of the half-point opportunities when they arrive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But when they are in the half-court game, we got to figure out, because even when they're in the half-court game, that screen and roll is killing, right? They're not running the screen and roll in transition. You know what I'm saying? When they're in transition, they're getting up the court, they're finding an open shot.
Yeah, I think we'll figure that out.
I think we'll figure that out. Figuring out that pick and roll, I think it's going to be a big key for the series. The Knicks only had 8 offensive rebounds tonight. In my opinion, I don't think it's going to be as important as the stat is going to say in this series. Because one of the reasons that the Knicks are not going to get a lot of offensive rebounds is because instead of sending 1,000 people crashing to the glass, you got to have guys getting back. So when the Knicks take a shot, you can send your center under there for a rebound, and maybe Josh Hart. You got to have 3 guards getting back to stop their fast break. You know what I'm saying? Because if we miss a shot, they're ready to run. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we're sending 4 guys to the glass, we're in trouble. So I know, on TNT, they were like, oh, the Knicks only have this many offensive rebounds. I wasn't as worried about it because I knew, you could look at it and see only Isaiah Hartenstein and Josh Hart was going to the glass. Brunson, DiVincenzo, OG is getting back. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that we have guys back there to stop the fast break, and I think that's going to be important. So the Knicks may not average a ton of offensive rebounds in this series because you got to stop that transition. Their transition offense is tough. You know what I'm saying? We score the ball, they're at half court already. You know what I'm saying?
But we like Josh Hart, man. He was doing that today too.
Yeah, he
You know what I
grabbed a
mean?
couple of them.
Like he was out one man fast break on numerous occasions.
Yep.
So I feel like
No, I'm talking
I don't
about,
know.
but I'm talking about us grabbing offensive rebounds, not Josh Hart, not in transition.
No,
Like,
no, I know.
you know what I'm saying?
No, I know exactly what you mean. But I feel like it's like a catch-22, and if you think about all year long, I don't know if we really won games where we didn't offensive rebound. You know what I mean? Like where that wasn't our focal point, as opposed to like to try to do that for a series, as opposed to staying with what has gotten us here. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
It's tough.
but I think if you start sending 3 or 4 guys to the offensive glass, I think you're gonna give up even more transition points to this team.
And on the flip side, we making a conscious effort to run, and we was giving up offensive rebounds tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a strength of ours.
We
You know what I
gave
mean?
up
Like we like
in the first half. We did. In the second half, I mean, they ended up with 7 offensive rebounds. Now, the shooting was good on both sides of the ball, though.
that's
Right?
true.
When you look at the stats, they shot 52% from the field. We shot 53% from the field. So there's not going to be that many offensive rebounds to go around when you're shooting the ball well. You know what I mean? We shot 47.8% from 3. They shot 38.5% from 3. So there was, good shooting. So there's not going to be that many offensive rebounds. I personally think getting back on defense after the shot goes up, making sure we got 3 guys getting back on defense, is going to be important against this team because they
3
can get out
guys.
and go.
Yeah.
2 guys going to the glass, 3 guys getting back on D. You know what I mean? And Josh Hart got to be one of the guys going to the glass because he just knows how to. He knows, he's got a great nose for the ball and knows how to get there. And then your big guy is going to be under the basket anyway. So, and maybe you can say you send Josh Hart and whoever's caught under the basket to the glass because it could be OG, it could be whoever is caught under the basket. You know what I mean?
That's a conscious effort of
Yeah.
you knowing where you are and knowing where your teammates are.
Yeah,
To know,
exactly.
all right, he's caught.
Yep, he's
I
caught.
gotta
I got to get
you know what
back.
I mean? I gotta get back.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of chess match going on in this series. A lot of chess match.
Biggest thing tonight for me was their bench production. You know what I mean? Like, specifically the Jackson dude, the big. I feel like he wasn't on the scouting report. You know what I mean? He wasn't playing well. He wasn't playing a lot. And he came in with the energy and effort and was a difference maker. Honestly, from the beginning, from when he stepped on the floor, because we was up before he got it. You know what I mean? Like he changed the game for them, and I think he played extra minutes because of it late in the game.
Right.
So now we gotta adjust. I'm not worried about him per se. Like I think Mitchell Robinson, like once he's on that scouting report, I think Mitchell Robinson will be fine in his minutes with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think like you said, the biggest adjustment is really gonna be the Miles Turner Hartenstein matchup and how you defend that.
Right.
On the
Yeah.
on the switch.
Their bench outscored us 46-3.
Yeah, but that was huge. Like, yeah, I was saying Jackson because the last caller, he didn't mention him. You know what I mean? So, but he was a big part of that.
Yeah, he definitely was. Jackson tonight, he was 8 points, 5 rebounds. A lot of his work was done in the first half. You know what I mean? Man, what a game. A lot has to be, a lot of things got to be done, man. That pick and roll is one of them. People are going to say bench scoring, I think, but again, I'm not as worried about the bench scoring as I am about the lineups that are in the game working together and still outscoring Indiana.
So you're not worried. Pardon me. You're not worried about the rotation either.
What do you mean?
You're not I know Precious played, but I know it wasn't a lot.
You mean the number of players? The number of players playing?
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing.
And the minutes of the players playing.
I mean,
Like,
that right there, yeah, because it's a fast-paced game, Now, I will say this, though. In my opinion, a fast-paced game, if you're going to have players that's playing a high number of minutes, I would rather play in a fast-paced game than a grinded-out battle that's really, really physical. Because they're running up and down the court. Okay, they get winded. Their legs get tired a little bit. But you're not taking the pounding that you're taking like you were playing against Philadelphia. So if I'm going to play 48 minutes, I'd rather be getting up and down the court playing. Because, that kind of game gives you energy, too.
Rather than your point, that's why I give us the advantage still. Because to your point, they're not a physical team at all, where we can play both ways.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, we kind of have to adjust more to their style because we can, but know that those defense was not great tonight, but the defensive principles are going to be there. Yeah. We got to find that balance. You know what I mean? Like, because when we're at our best, we're doing both.
Right. No doubt. Let me get to another call here. Spree, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
I'm feeling much better with the win.
Yeah.
If we would have lost that game, I would have been really miserable for a couple days. Look, I agree with you. We didn't play our A game at all, and we still won the game. We found a way to win. We were gritty. If you look back at it, that Hartenstein three-pointer at the buzzer before half was actually pretty big.
It's pretty big, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It's pretty big.
So I want to just talk about a couple things. First of all, when McConnell, I thought the first half, I just didn't think I'm not saying we didn't play hard, Sim, but I just don't think, I thought the speed of the Pacers, I didn't think we matched the movement of them. I think the way they were moving on the court, I didn't see us making, like, for instance, when McConnell was picking up Brunson full court in the first half.
Right.
I think there are things that other guys on our team can do better to help Brunson so that he doesn't have to just die out there to bring the ball up the court. Can we have a big man like getting in his way, trying to at least let Brunson breathe a little bit and get McConnell off of him full court like that?
Yeah. You definitely can, have Isaiah Hartenstein or OG, set a screen, to help Brunson, get a little bit of breathing room. I guess.
Yeah, I had problems with. I thought they were the more physical team in the first half. If McConnell's going to pick him up full court like that, you got to have other guys to help out, bigs to get in McConnell's way when he's bringing up the ball because I don't want Brunson to have to work like that the whole game.
Right.
It shouldn't be that way. We got 4 other guys on the court. There's got to be at least 1 or 2 other guys to help Brunson. And also, I thought we turned the ball over a little bit too much tonight, Sam.
We did.
I did not like the way we were throwing the ball around at times.
Yeah, 14 turnovers tonight.
Yeah, I get it. Hart had the ball in his hands a lot when, Hartenstein has it. We got to do a better job protecting the ball against this team. Defensively, I thought, I agree with you. We have a lot to clean up. The paint was wide open for this team. What's his name? Not just McConnell. Nembhard, I thought Naismith got in the paint way too easily and it sprayed it out. I thought the on-ball defense, I don't know if it was just the pace, but I felt like there was problems, Sim, in this game.
Yeah, part of it is, let's put it like this. There's not that many guys in the league that's going to defend an NBA guard straight up one-on-one without help. And with the way that they're able to spread out the floor, sometimes you're getting caught on an island with an NBA guard, and you're not defending those guys. It's tough to defend NBA guards without help. So when you can spread out the floor, you know, you're gonna end up having some driving lanes to the basket.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be perfect. I get that. And they're a hard team to guard. Like, I'm giving the Pacers credit. I'm just saying I'd prefer not to give them 117. I'd like to, if we can play an A game in game 2, can we hold them to, like, I don't know, 100 to 105 points? Can we do that? Is that possible?
I mean, listen, Milwaukee held them under 100 twice. Are the Knicks going to hold them to under 100? I don't know. I guess we'll see. That's going to be a tough task to hold them under 100 points.
I thought we fouled too much too. Like, obviously, if you're behind, you trail plays and you get beat. There were some unnecessary. I'm gonna go watch it again to really make sure my eyes. But like, I thought there were times where we swiped down, we got a little bit lazy, especially like I think we can play a more disciplined game. Can we?
We could definitely
the way they play.
We can play a more disciplined team. Let's put it like this: we came from a series where we were playing a team that was way more one-on-one.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you get in a certain mode defensively. Now you come and you play a team that's pure movement and cutting and this and that, and you gotta adjust.
Yeah, I
right?
agree with you.
So let's hope that
also plays in this.
Yeah, so let's hope that the Knicks had this game to adjust and still won it. Now we've adjusted to a team that moves and and we come out with more defensive execution in the next game.
I'm with you. And let me ask you this on OG. So obviously he got us the steals late. He made a big three, got us a couple key steals late, and I'm proud of him for the defense.
Yeah.
First half, I thought there were a couple possessions where we were trying. I get it. You're trying to find ways to score when they take away Brunson, but like, it's fine to throw it to him in the post. I thought there were a couple times where Anunoby was over dribbling a little bit. Is that fair, or am I being too hard on OG?
I don't know if he was over dribbling. I think he's just got to be more decisive when he gets in the paint. Stop picking the ball up and looking for a kick out. Take the shot.
Yeah.
He turned down shots at the three a bunch of times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And whether he gave it up or dribbled or whatever he decided, he turned down that initial look.
Yeah.
Mad.
He's got to be a little bit more decisive with the ball.
More decisive. You know what I'm saying? More decisive. No doubt. Spree.
Let me ask you this one last thing on DiVincenzo. Just really quick on DiVincenzo. Were you happy with how he played?
Yeah. Happy with it. He went to the basket a few times. We need more of that. I think he's going to be able to do that in this series. He knocked down some big threes. I thought he played decent defense. Yep, good game.
All right, guys, get some rest. We'll clean up the mistakes. We got to go up 2-0. Have a good night.
Let's do it. Peace.
That was the big thing with DiVincenzo for me. His defense was very good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, his ball denial. He like Halliburton may have came up with an assist, but he was making him turn down shots.
Exactly.
And, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't letting him get off shots.
Exactly.
And I think that was a good thing.
Exactly. Kareem Jones, thank you for the super chat. He said, "See, I'm telling you, we have to watch out for Jackson and match him up with Precious." Jackson definitely came in and did some work in the first half. You know what I mean? Precious came in. Tibs only used him for 4 minutes. But,
and he missed what? He missed free throws or something? Like,
he missed one free throw.
I think overall Precious played well. It was just, you know what I mean? Or I shouldn't say well. He didn't play bad.
Right.
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
He didn't play bad.
But Tibs didn't trust him.
Tibbs didn't trust him. No, he didn't. Fred Wong said Brunson is playing in GOAT mode right now, but we need to stay with a man on defense. And looks like Tibbs lost trust in Deuce. I don't think he lost trust in Deuce. I think it was just, sometimes you're going to go with the guys that's getting it done for you. And that might mean that other guys ain't going to play as much. I think it's as simple as that. And I think Deuce understands that. Everybody understands that. You know what I mean? If you're not getting it done that night, then you're not getting it done. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I think Deuce, Precious. I think the second unit really didn't get a chance to play well. Or when we talk about second unit, at this point, we talk about two guys, right?
We talk
Three
about
guys.
two guys. We talk about
You know what I
Deuce
mean?
and Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah. So it's like Mitch got his minutes, opportunity. Deuce didn't. Presh got 4 minutes. He didn't really get an opportunity. Like Tibbs is gonna have to trust them at some point in this series.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
or even Burks.
Right.
Like, but he's gonna have to trust somebody other than Mitchell Robinson because Deuce didn't get trusted tonight. You know what I mean? Through no fault of his own. Precious same. You know, I think he has to. He has to rely on Mitch. So
yeah,
he's gonna have to do something.
Yeah, I mean, I think Deuce is going to get minutes, you know, but if DiVincenzo is hot, he's gonna be on the floor playing. DiVincenzo had 25 points tonight. You know, he played 43 minutes. You know, that's the way I'm seeing it. Because of the way, you know, I mean, Deuce is going to have some moments in the series. I believe it. He's gonna have some moments. I think a lot. Like I said, when we were talking about the bench, to me, like right now, it's going to be more about how the lineups are working together rather than did the bench give you this production or that production. To me, it's going to be about the lineups. You know what I mean? How well are the lineups working? The lineups that's on the floor. And I think that's something that, Deuce probably and Mitch probably got just caught up in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because the lineups that they were with maybe wasn't working through no fault of their own, but maybe wasn't working tonight.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, these lineups are working. This is what I'm putting out here on the floor. I think Deuce is going to have his moments.
And I can't really argue as much in a win. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I agree. I'm not saying this is going to be the trend. I agree. I think Deuce is going to be important in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch, I think Precious as well, because that pace. If we can't, I don't think we can sustain the pace playing 6-7 guys.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I just feel like playing a faster pace. If you're only playing 7 guys, and they're playing a lot of minutes, playing a faster pace is better than playing a grind out game. You know what I'm saying? They get it. It's like in the regular season, you might have to do back to backs and this and that. The Knicks don't play again until what's today? Monday. We play Wednesday, so you get a day off to let your body rest. They're gonna get treatment. Then they'll play again on Friday. Then they play again on Sunday. So you keep getting those days off. It's definitely gonna help a team like the Knicks. We'll see. We'll see if their legs start to get tired. We'll see if their legs begin to get tired in this series. Let me get to a phone call. Nick from Jersey, what's popping, brother? How you feeling?
What's going on, fellas, tonight? How are you doing?
Pretty good, man. Feeling good after being able to pull this win out tonight.
Absolutely. I agree with what you just said about Dante DiVincenzo.
Uh-huh.
So whichever one is hot is going to be getting heavy minutes.
Right.
If there's a game, his first couple of shots, and then Deuce his first couple of shots, he'll ride Deuce more. Those guys are interchangeable in the off-guard position next to Brunson. So, but this is the kind of series for both of those guys, get open threes and whatnot. So I'm happy with Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah. Are you worried?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Are you worried about the amount of minutes that guys are playing, and especially in this series?
No, I'm not. I mean, I know that's maybe when I see it, I'll believe it. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I think they come through it. They seem to be fine. Playing these minutes every game. So, and I know there's a lot of concern about, relying on Brunson hero ball and whatnot, but nobody could stop it. Nobody could stop him. Nobody said that about, the sky hook or Will Chamberlain. You know what I mean? Like, you got to stop. If you've got your go-to move and you can't stop it, the time to try other stuff is during practice. Not in the play, during the match.
I
in
feel
the
you
playoffs.
there.
It's like, so I think the Knicks have one of the most adaptable offenses. They could go into that half court with Brunson, control the game that way, and I think they could run with Indiana as well, and they could do both in the same game, which is what they did tonight.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely, Josh Hart. Josh Hart is basically the Knicks transition offense, right? That's what I think, Tony, you said that in the chat earlier. He's basically the Knicks transition offense. When he sees that opening, he's gone and he takes it. What'd you say, Nick?
And we get good shots too off of screens. When we got Brunson at the top of the key, and either Hartenstein or Hart will set a pick, and we'll get the ball there. They kind of have like a mini fast break right there at the top of the key.
Right.
When Hart's got the ball right there, so he always finds a way to kind of create an environment of transition offense, even if we're in a half court set. And I thought, his hustle plays, that play where he got the and one, missed the free throw, then got the second basket. I thought that was an awesome play. He changes the momentum of the game. We were down 9 in the fourth quarter, and within a minute it was a 2-point game,
right,
based all on Hart's energy.
Right.
And so, I agree with you about offensive rebounds. Obviously it's still paramount to get offensive rebounds, but they're probably going to be down this series. But we can get offensive rebounds with just putting 2 guys on the glass. That's what last series proved, and we were doing that against Philly. So we had, it was Hartenstein or Mitch, the center, and Hart as the guys that led that whole thing with offensive rebounds or getting putbacks or something like that. So we could do 2 on the glass.
Yeah.
And still win that battle, and get 3 back for transition defense. I think.
And there was a point in the fourth quarter when the Knicks made their run. Mitch was in the game, and they kind of looked like the defensive team that we saw against Philly. There was a point in the fourth quarter, right, where they really was locking down. They were battling over screens. And Indiana couldn't move in the half court. There was a good 3-minute stretch maybe that the Knicks just kind of really locked in defensively. And if they can take that and extend it throughout the game, the way the Pacers play, I don't think you can do that every single possession. But if you can have a few possessions, if you can have a few possessions each quarter where you really lock in, similar to like they did against Philly, I think that, that'll be enough. And, they did that tonight in the fourth quarter for about a 3-minute stretch. They just really locked in, and Indiana couldn't move. I don't know if you can do that in a whole game. I don't know if you can do that the whole game, but, especially in the fourth quarter, if we can do it,
OG Anunoby said that their mindset is 3 stops at a time. Get 3 stops at a time.
Yeah.
And if you get 3 stops, get 4 stops at a time.
Right.
And if they could do it, the energy is too good at home, and they're just brimming with confidence. The entire team, even when they're down, even when they're not playing their best, they're like, all right. So I'm very confident that. They're going to close out these close games. And I think that experience last series with Game 5, I think that will help them in these close games throughout the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, no doubt. Nick, I appreciate your time, man. Appreciate the call.
Take care, guys.
Take care. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks win it 121-117 over the Pacers. They out-rebound the Pacers 40-32. They've been out-rebounding. They out-rebounded Philadelphia. Most games, they out-rebounded the Pacers tonight. The Knicks, small team, continue to smash and hit the glass, and it's winning them basketball games. 25 assists for the Knicks tonight, 32 for the Pacers. The Knicks had 14 turnovers. Listen, you can't turn the ball over against this team. That's another thing the Knicks got to do. Mentally, the Knicks got to be there. Some of these mental mistakes that the team makes, you just can't make them against this team because they are going to convert on a turnover. You know what I'm saying? They get up the court. You've got to be able to take care of the basketball, make smart decisions with the ball against this basketball team. 14 turnovers tonight for the Knicks, only 7 for the Pacers. 53.7% from the field for the Knicks, 52% for the Pacers. The Knicks shoot 48% from the field. The Pacers shoot 38% from the field. Jalen Brunson, 14 for 14 from the free throw line. The Knicks shot 84.6%. The Pacers, 78.9%. The Pacers, 64 points in the paint to the Knicks, 58. 16 second chance points for the Knicks, 10 for the Pacers. The Knicks actually win the fast break points. They had 20 fast break points. The Indiana Pacers, only 18. I mean, when you think about it, besides the points in the paint, which was really only a 6-point differential, the Knicks kind of did beat the Pacers at their game tonight. Right? They outshot them from the 3-point line. They had more fast break points. That doesn't necessarily mean that they had more transition points, but they did have more fast break points. And the difference there is when we talk about transition points, the Pacers are a team that when you score the basketball, immediately they get the ball out the net and up the court, right? So that's not really a fast break. That's more transition. You know what I'm saying? The Pacers are a really good transition team. They get the ball out and they go. You know what I mean? That's their style of play. Get the ball out and go. Get the ball out and go. They're moving all the time. You know what I mean? So, when we talk about the transition baskets, I really have to look at that. But the Knicks, too, can score in transition. You know what I'm saying? They've done it, and they've been proving it, that they can score in transition. So this is going to be just one heck of a series, man. I'm excited for all the remainder of the series. It's going to be a heck of a series. We're getting ready to do the Losers Lounge in a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take one last phone call, then we're going to get out of here and head over to the Losers Lounge. All right. Sometime tomorrow, hopefully I'll be looking to do another breakdown, a bigger breakdown of the basketball game. Corey from Rochester, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good, Stu. How are you feeling, my brother from New York?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling really good.
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, I watched the game, but that fourth quarter to me is always the most nervous quarter I watch because I know Pacers are not a team you're just going to run out the building, and I know they got some talented players that can really keep the pace.
Right.
But the only thing I was faithful in that fourth quarter was, did you see how Josh Hart just had the heart just to not help make this team lose besides Brunson?
Yeah, that's what he does. That's who Josh Hart is. That's what he does.
And giving him that contract worth, he was $81 million, a 4-year deal, had to be the perfect contract that he could sign. And so far, he's worth every dime. He's worth every dime, Stu.
Especially in the playoffs, right? He's worth every dime, especially in the playoffs. He's come up so big in the playoffs.
Yes, he is.
He's been a monster in the playoffs.
Yes.
Almost a triple-double tonight.
Oh, go ahead. Say what you said.
I said almost a triple-double tonight.
Oh, my goodness. 24 points, 8 assists, 13 rebounds, only missed 4 shots? I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that game 6 when they eliminated the Sixers on the road, it woke up somebody. I think it woke up Dante more because Dante was like the hero like he did in game 2 against the Sixers when he hit the game-winning 3, and Knicks held on to win by that margin.
Yeah.
But Dante is starting to really impress me.
Hold on for 1 minute. I don't know. Did the stream go off or something?
Uh-oh.
I don't know what happened. I feel like the stream went off.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if it's me or if it's YouTube. Are we still here?
Oh, I'm still here.
No, I know you're still here. I'm talking about, is the stream still up?
Let me see.
Oh, it's. I guess some people. I guess people are saying it's back. Maybe it was YouTube. I don't know. There we go. I guess it's back on now. Go ahead. My bad.
Oh yeah. So now, just to make another proven point about Dante, I mean, he hit a game-winning 3 like in Game 2 against Philly. If Brunson knows he trusts somebody to make a game-winning shot, regardless of him, trying to make it happen, the Pacers going to be in trouble because we know we know who we could trust to hit the game-winning shot if Brunson doesn't get that that potential play like that he wants when the game is on the line.
Yeah. D Cooler says Sim got hacked by a Pacers fan. Probably did. Who knows? I mean, but to what you're saying though, Corey. I mean, the Knicks are definitely listen. Brunson's been able to hit shots, but if there's someone out there that can help him to hit shots in crunch time, it's gonna make it that much easier on Brunson.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's what could hurt teams down the stretch because if you're worrying about double teaming Brunson, just like the Sixers did in that series, and then you either leave Hart open or Dante, I believe they're gonna hurt him. Because you can't get no better look than that when you're that wide open.
Right.
You can't get no better look than that.
I feel you. Corey, I appreciate your time, man. We're about to head over to the Losers Lounge, so join us there.
All right, no doubt.
All right, no doubt about it. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what happened with the stream. I guess it went down, but it's back now. But we're going to head over to the Losers Lounge. All right, meet us there in about 10 minutes. First Losers Lounge on round 2, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate your time. Knicks pulled off a big win versus the Pacers. It's going to be a lot to talk about over the next couple of days. So a lot to talk about. We out of here, folks. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench.